Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So excited for you to be here. Welcome to our Live at 5 session today. I'm so excited for all that we have to share this afternoon from the Center for Indigenous Initiatives. I'm excited because we've got two great folks with us today who are going to share lots of information and resources for you. And really a great opportunity for you to ask your questions about life at Carleton. What could that be like for you? What programs are available? What supports do we have? And who are some of the people that you can connect with throughout your time at Carleton to really make this place your new home away from home? My name is Caitlin. I'm the National Recruitment Officer here at Carleton University, and I'm so excited that part of my role is really just sharing these experiences with you, connecting you with resources, opportunities, and folks like our group here today to really get you the best information that you need. So today what you'll see is we have a Q&A where we'll post some links. You can ask your questions, really ask us whatever it is that you need to know about the university experience, and let us connect you with that information. This is really a great starting point for information gathering, but know that there's lots of opportunities to continue the conversation, and I'll run through some of those closer to the end of our session here today. But really, before we get started, I'd like to take some space to acknowledge that Carleton University is located on the traditional and unceded territories of the Algonquin Nation. The opportunity that we have as Carleton staff, students, and faculty to learn together, to grow together, and to live together on this beautiful land is something that we acknowledge each and every day here at Carleton. And I'm sure you'll hear lots from both Macho from our Center for Indigenous Initiatives and from Caitlin from our recruitment office about all of the amazing things that we really get to take advantage of here on this land, but we know that we have lots of space to grow, and that there are many things that we can continue to work towards to really recognize all that we have learned and can continue to learn from our Indigenous communities. And with that being said, I'm not the expert that you want to hear from today. I don't know everything, but I'm excited that we do have some folks here today who are really going to share some information with you. The first is Macho. He's our Algonquin Community Liaison Officer. And Macho, I'm going to hand things over to you. I'll let you introduce yourself and then chat a little bit more about what are some of the opportunities for students in the Center for Indigenous Initiatives.
Koyal. Macho Philip Commanda is my name, and I am Algonquin, and I am currently here in Kitigan Zibi, where I work from. So I am the Algonquin Community Liaison Officer for the Center for Indigenous Initiatives, and I've been fortunate to be sitting in this role for the past 15 months. It's been a wonderful opportunity to work for the CII and to help further along the Indigenous voices that we have here at Carleton. I'd like to start off with thank you so much, Caitlin, for the land acknowledgement and for introducing us here today. That is absolutely fantastic. So let's kick things off right now, and I want to talk a little bit about what the CII is, what we do, who we are. So we are the Center for Indigenous Initiatives, and we support students, staff, and faculty at Carleton University by providing culturally safe spaces for dialogue and learning. And we're doing this all with a sense of belonging to our Indigenous students, to our Indigenous allies, and developing and delivering resources and training to educate Carleton about the experiences, histories, and worldviews of Indigenous peoples. So I kind of just read that from the website, and if I just want to plug our website right now. If you have any questions about the Center for Indigenous Initiatives, you can check out carleton.ca/indigenous, and that'll bring you to our main page that is chock full of wonderful, fantastic information that I'm kind of going to go through a little bit right now. So I want to start off by saying that we do have our Ojibwanog Access Center. It's open now and has been open for since the fall began. And the hours are Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 in the Patterson Hall building. You don't need access or special access into the center. It's open. The doors are unlocked between those hours. There's a worker who works in there. It's either Stacy, who is our Indigenous Cultural Counselor, or Vanessa, who is our Cultural Events Coordinator. and I'll get into their roles in a little bit. So this is a drop-in center where you can go hang out, you can get your homework done. COVID safety protocols do apply, but there's a little kitchenette, there's snacks. Fridays, I believe there's soup and bannock. There's always something going on in the center. So if anyone wants to drop by, connect with the staff or connect with other Indigenous students, that's kind of the hub, and it's such a warm and welcoming place. So to kick off a little bit more of the information, I want to talk about what the CII offers. We're offering right now, it's an Indigenous peer mentorship program. So this is brand new to this year. And a lot of this information that I'm going to be talking about is brand new. When I started here 15 months ago, our team was really small. We landed about 5 or 6. Right now we've exploded and we've just hired our 12th worker. So we're trying to make sure that we have a wide view of Indigenous portfolios that are covered at the Center for Indigenous Initiatives to help support students, to help support our community, to bring together a lot of the initiatives that Carleton is taking on to help indigenize the university. So right now, getting back to the Indigenous Peer Mentorship Program, it's for first-year students to transition to university life, and it's by promoting student engagement and a sense of belonging on campus. So a lot of our students come from communities that are remote or not close to big city centers. So when they come to Ottawa, it could be a little bit of a culture shock, a little bit overwhelming. So the point of our peer mentorship program is to connect our first-year students with upper-level students, and upper-level students will help the first-year students to get into the swing of things, how to university, how to Ottawa, how to do all of these things that some people might not have had access to living up in their communities. So it's this program, you can still get a hold of it now if you want. And it's for newly self-identified Indigenous students at Carleton to be connected with upper year level students, their mentors, and they provide both academic and social support and ongoing advice. So that's a really awesome initiative that we have started. This is the first year, and it's going to be continuing for the years that for the upcoming years. So also we now have the Kinemago Indigenous Learning Certificate. This is not for students, but I want to highlight it because it brings awareness of Indigenous learning, Indigenous issues through the Kinemago report. And you can find the Kinemago report on carleton.ca/Indigenous. But it's to discuss institutional anti-Indigenous racism and education, Indigenous students' experiences, and to bring the Indigenous lens to Carleton by practicing allyship and great relations. So the reason why I want to bring this up is because it's for staff and faculty to learn how to work with Indigenous peoples, to further their knowledge on how everyone can become an ally for Indigenous peoples and Indigenous rights. So we have they're 3 hours in length, and they start at the beginning of the semester. So we had our first lessons beginning in September, late September, and the next ones will be offered in January. And it goes throughout the semesters. And when you're with your cohorts, you with them through the whole the course until you complete the course, and you'll get a nice certificate that says that you have completed this course. So it's the Center for Indigenous Initiatives way of helping bring Indigenous rights to the forefront. And I'm so excited that I get to co-facilitate the first workshops that we offer, and I have so much fun doing it, and it's so great to see people, the staff and faculty, learning in such a creative way, and just to help be a part of their journey. I absolutely take pride in that. So that's kind of what our center does, but I'll be getting a little bit more into the details of it by who we are at the CII. So at the CII, like I had said, we had started off with a very small team, and now we're growing. We still have Benny Michaud. Benny Michaud is our director. She's the one who oversees the CII. She is the one who helps bring us our the Indigenous portfolio to the foreground, to help push the not push, but to help move along our incentives, our programs, and everything that we're trying to do. Benny is such a big vocal advocate for the Indigenous portfolio here at Carleton. We have Stacy. Stacy is our Indigenous cultural counselor, one of two that we have, and she provides one-on-one counseling with Indigenous students at Carleton's for about 2 to 3 days a week. Counseling takes place in her office in the Carleton Technology and Training Center, the CTTC, or virtually if that best suits the students. You can set up an appointment with her. You can find her information at the carleton.ca/Indigenous, and you can find her email address there. So another person that's so instrumental in our students' livelihood is Vanessa Seer. Vanessa Seer is our Indigenous Programs Officer. She is fantastic, and she organizes cultural and academic programming for the students. She provides additional support by sharing Indigenous teachings and knowledge. So she takes great pride in passing on Indigenous artistic traditions in order to enhance the students' emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental well-being. And you can reach out to her too. You can find her address on the carleton.ca/Indigenous website. We have Riley Godin. Riley Godin is also another Indigenous cultural counselor. She's a registered psychotherapist, and she has such a passion for supporting the mental well-being of our students. She's such a kind person to chat with, and if there's anybody that needs like any kind of support, Riley and Stacy are the ones that you want to get a hold of. We have a lot of social media that we're trying to, especially with today when everything is so online. We now have our Indigenous Student Communications Coordinator, Shaylyn. She's the one who's in charge of all of our social media. So if there's anything that we want to put out to the students for them, if it could be in the weekly newsletter or it could be on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Shaylyn is our girl that we go to, and she's so fantastic with her creative social media postings. We also have Kendra Barberstock. She is our Indigenous Student Academic Advisor. So this is somebody that I really do want to highlight to all of our students who are listening to us today. So Kendra provides academic and non-academic support to our students, especially in the Indigenous Rich Support Program, the IESP program, and to all undergraduate programs. So she will help with helping choose your programs, your courses, determining suitable academic pathways, because everybody has a different pathway and a different end goal. And there's different ways how you can get there. And Kendra's the guru on how to navigate the Carleton waters, how to get to your end goal. So Kendra is amazing, and you can find her information as well on carleton.ca/Indigenous. She's amazing. She'll have one-on-one appointments with the students. If you should choose to get a hold of her, she's definitely a great asset to our office. And now the one I want to talk about, another one, is Tagwinabisan Armitage Smith. She's our Indigenous and Rich Support Program Assistant Coordinator and Student Advisor. So if you're in the IESP program, Tagwinabisan, I'm sure you've already been in touch with her. She is the be-all and end-all for our IESP program. She knows the ins and outs. She's able to provide support, guidance to our IESP students. She's another invaluable member of our team that definitely helps students get to their end game. So I think you guys have noticed that I keep trying to plug our website, carleton.ca/Indigenous. You're able to find out so much more information. I'm just giving you the tip of the iceberg on what our amazing office has been up to in the past couple months. As I had mentioned, we have a Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. You can log on to those, and I'm pretty sure it's Indigenous. I'll get back to you on that one. But I know if you go onto the carleton.ca/Indigenous, you can find the links to our social media there, and you can add them as well. You can put your name in for the biweekly newsletter that goes out into your email every other week, and it gives you the updates on what our office is doing, the activities that are planned, the events that are coming up. Yeah, and then, there's something that I want to personally highlight. Next week on November 25th, we are having our first Ottawa Indigenous Student Career Fair. And this is open up to all of our Indigenous students throughout Ottawa. So I'm working with Ottawa U at this point. We're working with Algonquin, La Cité, and Heritage to try and get a unique experience for both students and employers to reach out to each other and connect to have meaningful employment. So it could be for the upcoming summer season for summer students, or it could be for our graduate students who are looking for a career, or upcoming graduate students who are kind of testing the waters when they graduate this year. So that's a fantastic event. You can check out that in the newsletter. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to the Indigenous at carleton.ca. Indigenous at carleton.com email address, and you can check out if you have any questions at all. You can email that email address, and one of us will be in touch with you immediately. We have a very fast team when it comes to replying to our to our students. So again, if you want to check that out, check out the newsletter. The Ottawa Indigenous Student Career Fair, the first annual inaugural fair, is coming up next Thursday, November 25th. So that's it for me. I feel like I've spent a lot of time chit-chatting here and rambling, but there's so many things that I could say about how awesome our office is and the amazing work that we're all doing. So if you have any questions for me, my email is philipcommanda@cunet.carleton.ca. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Macho. That was amazing to hear all of the community and opportunities and everything that CII is doing. And knowing that carleton.ca/Indigenous is the place to go for all of those updates. So excited. There has really, truly been so much that has come up in the last 15, 16 months with opportunities for students and ways to get connected. And I'm excited to hand things over to Kate from our recruitment office to chat some more a little bit about what that transition can look like. How can she help support you through this time as you start to make decisions about universities, and what she's able to help you with. So Kate should be hopping up on your screen in just a second here, and over to you, Kate.
So I'm Kate. I'm here in the undergrad recruitment office. I'm the Indigenous recruitment coordinator. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades. If you have any questions about the IESP, how to self-identify, any courses, or where to go for any information, I'm the person that you'll want to chat with. I can help you get connected with folks like Macho in the CII and let you know how that works. If you want a campus tour that is specifically geared for Indigenous students, definitely connect with me. Yeah, we're working on getting some different stuff ready for Indigenous students who may be coming in, a view book and brochures and all sorts of different things. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do here in the undergrad recruitment.
Awesome. And maybe, Kate, you can share a little bit about how students can connect with you, and maybe some of the opportunities at Carleton or elsewhere that students can take advantage of when they're looking at university options.
So you can find me attached to the APSIP tour, where there's 30 plus different colleges and universities. Definitely check out apsip.ca for that. To get in touch with me, it's Caitlin Ransom at cunet at carleton.ca. There's a lot of different opportunities here at Carleton. Like there's always stuff going on at the Ojigwanong Center. And when you move into the city, it's good to touch base with me because I can help sort out things like residence. I can give you, because I grew up here in Ottawa, I can give you some cool things about the city, some ways to get connected, help you get connected with other Indigenous resources here within the city, so not just on campus, because I know you get tired of seeing our faces every day. So there's other different Indigenous resources here within the city that we can definitely help you get connected with.
Amazing. And maybe you can tell us, I know you haven't been on campus too long yet this fall, but can you tell us your favorite thing about Carleton and why students might be drawn here?
My favorite thing about Carleton, being a person who has an invisible disability. I have ADHD and I also have a nonverbal learning disorder. For me, it's the PMC. The PMC for me is going to be the biggest support for a lot of our Indigenous students who come onto campus. A lot of us will be coming onto campus with invisible disabilities or learning disabilities, mental health, anything like that. And the PMC helps you connect and get those accommodations that you'll need to be successful here at Carleton. We are known for our supports for folks with various disabilities. That's the biggest thing that I can say.
I love that. Thanks so much. It's so great to hear from you about your experiences and the information and opportunities that students have to connect with you. I think this is such an exciting time for students. For those of you that are in high school making decisions, or maybe you've left high school and you've been out in the working world for a few years and you're trying to decide where to go from here, there are so many opportunities available for you. And I hope that tonight or whenever you're watching this video, if you're watching it later, that you really get a glimpse into some of the community that comes with being at Carleton. I know Macho shared a number of different people who work in Indigenous initiatives that you'll connect with, and those names in that circle will be really helpful for you. And Kate will be there through your journey as you're starting to make those decisions. And then you'll also connect with students who will be walking a similar path to you. And that's such an exciting way to explore university, make decisions, and learn more. And as I said at the beginning, this is really truly just the start of the conversation. I hope that you have been able to learn a number of new things about opportunities at Carleton and things that our offices are working towards to help support you as you make these decisions and this transfer to university life. But know that we continue these conversations in a number of different ways. There's lots of information available on our website, admissions.carleton.ca. You can join us for one of our in-person open houses, one of our General Carleton presentations, or if you're just looking for some information one-on-one, we also offer Future Raven coffee breaks. Come and have a conversation with us. That could be a conversation with Kate, that could be a conversation with a current student about what are the opportunities that are available here for you, and really continue this on a one-on-one level. You can also listen to our Talking Raven podcast to hear more about what's happening at Carleton. And there's lots of exciting episodes coming up in the next few weeks that I can't wait for you to listen to. But again, if you have questions or you want to continue the conversation about what's happening in the Center for Indigenous Initiatives, we popped the link to their website in the chat, but you can also send them an email at indigenous@carleton.ca and can continue the conversation there. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. For really making yourself available to understanding the opportunities that are out there and opportunities that you can explore. And thanks again to our presenters, Macho and Kate, for sharing your knowledge and your time with us to continue the conversation as students start to explore their options. If you have any questions, we'll leave the Q&A open for the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us and have a great night.